evening, everyone. Hey, welcome into Flying with Mike. Thank you so much for taking some time this Friday evening for those of you in the States. Saturday morning for everyone else, most likely. Welcome aboard. Today we're flying, as you can tell, South African's A321 from a place called Niamey in Niger, Africa, over to Lagos in Nigeria. So I hope you all enjoy. This is part of a tour. It's the African Union Airbus tour for Millennium Aviation. Really a great tour. I've been having a blast with it. It's only for the tour is supposed to only be flown in A320 type aircraft. Hence what you see on the line. So sit back, relax, get ready. We're about to go fly with Mike, so enjoy the stream. All right, yeah, it gets me every now and then. I don't get down there quick enough. Hang on 1 second here. Just setting up something real quick so we don't have to do it another time. Oh, I got two things to set up, come to think of it. E321, and we'll connect up. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Yes, that's not far away, folks. Well, maybe. Where the heck is... Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, that's not it. So, yeah, Christmas not far away. I think I saw something, and it doesn't seem right to me. I think the post was off. 12 Sundays. I have to do the math, because that seems a little too close. But I could, like I said, I could be wrong. We're at the end of August. Schools started back up. It is very possible 12 weeks to Christmas. So, all right, there. We can't say we forgot anything. All right, we're up and going. As I said, for those that just tuned in now, like totally, oh, I missed it. Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, I don't have my phone up and running yet. Oh, shame with this guy. Who hired this guy? And I see Hawker resubscribed. Hey, welcome in, Hawker125. 62 months in a row. Welcome in. Hang on, I'm getting my phone squared away real quick and echo away. All right, totally not a CT. Welcome in. So, real quick recap from what we said in the beginning. Welcome, Flying with Mike. We are sitting on South African's A321 with the IAE engines. We are heading from a place called Niamey, I believe is how you pronounce it, up in Niger, Africa, headed down to Lagos. And I just want to make sure I am not speaking incorrectly. Where did I put it? Yeah, Nigeria. Murtala Muhammed International Airport. Flew into this place a lot as a flight simmer. One of my VAs that I started. I actually set up with an AFCAD program back in the a Century of Flight, might have been FSX, either of the two or both, a relief area where we would fly cargo planes in with the VA and then switch into bush flying in Africa. It was quite, I actually enjoyed it. Of course, there weren't many people in the VA, so not many of them partaked, but it was fun flying the King Airs and caravans out from there with cargo that we brought in. So, however, that's not what's going to happen today. We are just flying for Millennium Aviation, MACAIR for short. And I was going to say .com, but I'd have to check real quick. They're a great airline if you're looking for one. Real easy to get around, and a lot of great features. Everyone comes in the open category. All the aircraft you could ever imagine are available to you for the most part. They don't provide the aircraft except for a handful, but you find it, you can fly it. Liveries, they don't get into too much, but you know, they do have substitutionary lists if you can't find it. And so forth. And then if you want, you can start joining other divisions. They have like charter, cargo, historic. They all are what you hear. Charter, however, opens up everything, meaning if you can't find the flight you want to fly in schedules, make it. So check them out over at MACAIR Twitch. Here comes the link in chat. And for those of you on YouTube, check down below in the additional information area. MACAIRvirtual.com is where you want to go to check them out. MACAIRvirtual.com. Great place. We also fly their destination of the months. They have tours, which is what we're doing here. And it's just a fun time. We've done the Alaskan bush tours. Oh my gosh, those are so much fun. Flying into the bush of Alaska. So, and we met up with some interesting aircraft. Really good aircraft. However, they had some side effects. We'll call it that. And one I affectionately nicknamed Sparky. So, because if you weren't careful in pushing the throttles for takeoff, you'd catch them on fire. So, and the real planes, yeah, that doesn't happen. But to the credit of the guy that built the plane, put it together for X-Plane, what a great aircraft. Minus that little thing, but once you get used to it, it was just great to fly. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in X-Plane 12. So anyway, all right, enough is enough. Let's get flying on this African Union Airbus tour. Stand by. I think I still, no, I don't. I was going to say, oh yeah, I do. Oh crap. No, I don't. Sorry. I thought I had it up, but I don't. The schedule, which would have told me which flight this is. I think it's 13 of 20. We're in the second one for Africa. Yeah, we'll just do that. Make sure we're on the map. We are. And we are north of Lagos by about 400 miles. Speaking of which, let's pull up Elevatech and get this show going, shall we? All right, there's Elevatech. Oh, and I do have a little bit of news. VATSPI. I don't know if it was just the link that the VATSPI uses to VATSIM was broken. That's why it was broken for me, or what, but it's working now. And I like using that just to do a quick reference of which ATCs are up, because they get hard to see in some of the maps that are flights fly on. So it was nice. But anyway, you can see the flight here. We're up here. We're headed down here to Lagos. By the way, this is a big area this time of the year. Starting, let me put it that way, starting this time of the year, that the National Hurricane Center and a couple of guys that do it volunteering do this. They start looking for storms that are going to emerge off Africa and potentially become hurricanes in the U.S. And if you didn't hear the news about Hawaii earlier in the week or over the weekend, they got some interesting weather if you were paying attention. They got a hurricane, they got a snowstorm, and they got a lot of rain. You're all going, Hawaii? Hawaii. The big island of Hawaii has, I think it's 10,000 feet or higher mountain on it. And yeah, you can snow up there in summertime. And they got some snow up there. Plus the Kilauea, I think it's called, is erupting. They had some great, they called it volcano. They had fire tornadoes off the eruptions. So it's kind of neat. All going on at once. And a lot of destruction from all the heavy rain. So, yeah, interesting weather note. But anyway, that's one of the interesting things. This is about the right area where they're watching the storms exit Africa, hit the Atlantic, and will they not become systems? But this is where it kind of starts. That, by the way, where ATC was I believe it's called the Galapagos Islands. I could be off, or Tenerife and all. But anyway, yeah. All right, flight. Oh, wait, I am still hearing myself, so stand by. Here we go. Alrighty, it's an hour and 17-minute long, 445 nautical mile flight. Will be at cost index Tree 5, flight level Tree 70. And the zero fuel weight, takeoff weight, all of that, will be close to it. Block fuel, same thing. So again, for those who have Elevatech and never knew they had these features, well, you knew these because they come up with it. But did you know if you're flying in many more areas now added to common traffic area or common traffic advisory frequencies have been added? So you can check here as well as get your top of descent. So check it out. It's available to you. All you got to do, click, I call it a clipboard. I don't know what you want to call it, but click the icon right here and it'll bring it up. All right, enough's enough. Let's get to work getting this plane airborne. I hope Hawker has made it back. If not, we'll leave him behind. But all right, so let's get after it. So there you have the A321. This is the basic model. To get the Neo, which is available, you have to buy a separate download, install it, read the directions. It's very simple, but there are some questions that you, the pilot, need to come to Jesus with. No, I mean, seriously, though, you need to decide how you want it. So, and the same thing with the A320. So read the manual and set it up the way you want. All right, and then we're off and ready to go. Right now we are sitting at a place where there are no jetways. Well, yeah, they are. We're just not in them. I forgot about that. There are jetways here. But I thought this would be a better ramp to load from, so. All right, and we're going to Lagos, and I believe they have jetways at all of them. Hang on just a second. All right, my bad. With this weather, oh my God, well, we're getting close to fall. So the weather is beginning to show those signs. And it's doing a number on my sinuses, so bear with me if I have to scoot away. But anyway, there you have the plane. Well done, aircraft. I've heard some things coming. I think it was ToLiss that we're going to like. I know some new things are coming to level up when they release the new version sometime here soon. And I'm here to tell you, level up is doing wonders. I got to get with someone to figure out why my FMC is not aligned like it should be. But beyond that, it's great, great, great. And it's only the 800. It's not any of the others. But we're not flying that today. We're in this plane. And let's take a look at what some of our people can see up here in Africa, the undiscovered country. I think there was a movie with that name. All right, we're in the cockpit now. All right, real quick, I know some people don't like the way the EFB looks. I have no control over that. So bear with me as we go through. I'm just going to click on maps, kind of figure out where we are, and I'm going to turn VOR off for now. That's really confusing the heck out of me. So you can kind of get a feel here on the map where we are. I'm not going to do the route, so don't worry about that. All right, we're just going straight south. All right, let the map catch up. Home, and we'll go to ground services. All right, so we're currently on external power with chocks. Main doors open, rear doors open for loading. We're already loaded for food and are waiting on our bags. Weight and balance is where we're going to park for now, but we're going to do it from a different perspective. All right, we're going to, hang on, get rid of that over here. Okay, you're going to be like that. All righty, there we go. All right, so we are expecting 133 people on this long airplane. Ooh, can we fit them all? Tree. Load. Go to the mechanical page, go up a couple. There we go. We're looking for the need of 18,100. £26 will go here. And we'll hold right here. We're going to go over here, do a load current scenario, 133, 18.6, and see how close to our ZFW we were. 139.030. We're off by about, 139, 3,000 pounds. So I say, let's just do this. 38. Wait a minute. All right, by the way, here's our operated flight plan for today. Not a lot to read here, but there are some things we could do if we so choose. And I thought about doing it on this one. Let's do it. Set it. It doesn't look like it did it. Let's go check that out. It's things I haven't done. Hang on. Huh. All right, well, for now, we're not. We're just going to bring the numbers up. 8, 5. That'll work. Probably got to do it when I'm not loading the aircraft. I'll bet. Okay, I think we're done. 563. Oh yeah, we're done. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is this off still? Okay. Well, while that's all going on, we'll see if we can bring that up any. All right, I don't think we will. Okay, well, that's what we're going to go with. We can make some adjustments here in a moment. All right, so we're loaded with fuel. Let's get to work. We're running time. Okay, landing gear lever down, 3 green, clear, and clear. Thrust levers, they're working. Spoilers down, flaps down, doors. Unlocked, unlocked. Okay. All right, and parking brake set. All right, let's get her going. Battery switch is on, otherwise we wouldn't see lights. External power is on. We can actually switch over. We're going, yeah, we'll go ahead. Just waiting for flap open. Start. While that's going on, hang on. Be nice here. Be nice, Captain. I can hear some of you getting in your zen. Ah, the alerts are being tested. Okay, we would also check our lighting. We're just waiting on the spool. And we'll turn the bleed on. Okay. All right, crew supply, we did that. Fire suppression checked. Strobe lights armed. Nav light in the number 1 position. APU running. Emergency lights on, and we'll do a quick check. Ooh, look at all the pretty Christmas tree lights. Told you Christmas isn't far away. Okay, and pushing on down. Radios on and set. ATIS we won't be getting, and well, we will, but you'll see what I mean here. And we're ready to go. Let's start the ADIRs. Okay, come down to the middle here, and it shows 7 minutes. Oh, by the way, while we're getting a couple of screens set up here, the return of the amazing race flights. They will be coming probably October-ish. The show itself restarts September. Check your CBS affiliates. However, if you have Paramount Plus and you like watching The Amazing Race, they have all the episodes, including the one I love to talk about, episode 1. If you're into the show, you'll get a kick out of it. If you're not, well, once you watch it a little bit and then go back, yeah, then you'll get your kick. So anyway, those flights, like I said, probably October, November-ish, we'll get them going again. We never get ahead of the show. We always stay 1 or 2 weeks behind it. All right, so there's our AE engine. August 6th through the September 2, we're good. And we'll go ahead, clear out those. Go to the init page, init request. Now, this could be done by going to the menu, ATSU, AOC, I think it is. No, back up the truck. I think I'm in the wrong one, to be totally honest. Let me get here first. Here it is. You could get it by clicking here, takeoff data, clicking here, wind data, clicking here, and we can just do it right there as well. All right, so everything looks good except for the cost index. We said today's flight 35, we'll set it. All right, we're going to align the IRS. The IRS is here, so let's be careful. Charts. All right, we are at gate 4. So there's what our coordinates should read. November north. 1328.7, 1329, right? 1328.7 north. By the way, I do recommend, here's how the chart comes up. Good luck reading that. Zooming in, and then help yourself out as much as you can to either put it at the top or the bottom, so that way it's easy to read off. Okay, now back to the FMC. Click the line select next to longitude, see how they moved. Now we're looking at 022, I'm sorry, correction, 002, 10, so that's wrong, 0.6. East. Okay, and align, wind, request, return. Okay, now from here, what the checklists usually will tell you to move on to the flight plan page. I go to page 2 or page B, Bravo. Oop, I do that so many times. Then I just do a weight check. 1390, that's good. 28.0, that's good. 18.1, yeah, we'll go with it. And all right, then go to flight plan. First thing I do before, after, oh, you didn't see any of that, but anyway, here, we'll do it real quick. Doink. 39.0. And I do that quite a bit. Okay, 39.0, 28.0 for the CG. Fuel 18.1, we're good. F plan. Now, over here, I'm going to set it to plan, dial down to 40. We're going to click DRRN. We're going to bring our friend back up the charts. Get our departure brief in real quick. See where we are. So we're going to push back. We are scheduled off runway 27. Oh, we got a taxi. So we're scheduled to come down here, back taxi, turn around, take off. Okay, pretty simple. So we're going to face the aircraft east. Okay. By the way, all I did was scroll down on charts, and that's how I got my spot. And my taxi chart as well, without having to click here if I'm in a hurry. All right, but we are in a hurry, so we'll get over here. We're looking for the Volt Uno departure, 1W. Okay, it's an RNAV GSS departure off runway 27 left. You can see what we're doing, and I think we're headed to GBAG. Nope, we're headed to Volt. We're headed here. So over on the FMC, we'll click departure. 27 left. 27 left. Click up till we see Volt 1 Whiskey. No transitions, so we'll click insert. Now I'm going to pull it up for you. Now you can see it here as we scroll through. What we'll do is just click the up arrow to scroll through the route. Let me clear. Not a lot, so be ready. Here we go. Click. And what we're looking for are any real weird, like instead of picking the VOR that's supposed to, or the, normally it's an NDB. Instead of that one, it picked another one with the same code, say in Russia. Yeah, you can see what that would do. That's 7,000 miles out of route. And you'd see it down here too, by the way, in distance. So you go, okay, something's up. All right, so then just click through for discontinuities and for that little phenomenon that occurs, and we're going to Budsy. Okay, so you can see how we're coming in. Now is the time we'll figure out our approach. You know, say intentions is all we got for weather. That sucks. 210. Airport with 210. Looks like we're going to come in from the north. I'm going to plan, I think, 18 left. Let's see if, of course it is. Well, let's see what the runways offer. Okay, either 18 left or 18 right. Let's find out. We're actually set up for 18 right. Good. So when I click approach, select, I can do the ILS. Well, wait a minute. RNAV or ILS. Well, let's look at the chart real quick. Oh, it's set up for 18 right. My bad. All we get for, oh, we do have an ILS. Okay, so let's see the RNAV on the other side. How about the ILS? I am going to set up for 18 left. Reason being, I'm thinking about going to the domestic terminals instead of, no, we'll go here. So we'll still set up for 18 left. What do we have? Okay, I just want to get rid of that. And we'll go to Lagos. Perfect. Yeah, we'll all right, so then it superimposes. All right, so let's go over here. DMM, we're going to arrival. GPS is aligned. We are saying 18 left on the, wait a minute, what happened to our arrival? I thought we had an arrival. Yeah, the Budsy. There we go. All right, so we're looking for the Budsy 1 mic, transition Lagos, insert. Nice thing is it picks up right where we left off, and Budsy to M506 to Edkuv, and I believe that is Lagos. Where is number 2? Yeah, Lagos. Perfect. Of course. I'm going to have to put that back in. L is LAG. Stand by. All right, sorry for that interruption. Some things going on here. Oh, Hawker just tipped $25. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure that probably happened about 10 minutes ago. Well, appreciate you, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. All right, so what are we putting in? LAG. Oh, I forgot the A. And I need that. Oh, that's gonna cause problems. So that will. Oh, no, it won't. No, it won't. Because it's saying 18. Well, hopefully we'll get the high. If not, we'll put the frequency in flight. I forgot about that. You know, what happens is when you do that arrival, it's putting your ILS into the computer. So when it gets to that point, it starts looking for it. And when it gets it, it puts it up on your PFD. So we're all looking good here. And then there's our missed approach back to Lagos. And then to our alternate, which is a long way away over at DNNA. Niamey Aswini Airport over in Abuja, Nigeria. So, all right, so we'll switch charts out of here. Go back to ARC. Move. Give me a second. Reset these. Okay. And on to the RATDAM page. This is what we're talking about. It will fill this in if it's set up right. Hopefully it will. We'll find out. Then we're going to perf. And by the way, that means we're almost ready to go. APU's running. Let's get the baggage stores closing. Set them to auto. And what will happen when we get to our destination, once you set the brakes, turn the beacon and the seatbelts off, the baggage trucks will show, the door will open, and life will be cool. All right, so from here, let's retire back here, go to takeoff performance. And I'm just going to get some information real quick in the form of a METAR 230. Oh, this is right now. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have to put in some numbers here. 230. Now, what I've done is rolled the clock back. I believe it's 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning for us in the U.S. today. For them, it would now be yesterday. And we're going to use their weather information. This is where it gets a little tricky if VATSIM had controllers up. The reason I did this is so we would have the weather of yesterday for a daylight run instead of nighttime weather on a daylight run. Runway's dry, any ice obviously not needed. And we're on a 12,000 foot runway. Let's compute. That all looks good. Okay, uplink. I quit that. I did it again. Okay, we are running 1013. By the way, this is what's in the middle control panel. That's why it's different. Wind, we said 230 at 4. Flaps, we're not going to worry about because we're on flaps 1. We'll get the takeoff data, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. Oh, good, we did not. Okay, if we went toga, max power, these are the numbers. We're flexing. We're flexing, we're flexing, we're flexing. Clear? So 148, 148, 150, trim up 0.1 and flexing at 54. Insert. I'm going to go 145, 4850. Okay, everything else looks good. Other than, let me check transition level. 3,800. It comes quick. All right, let's tell you right now, we're almost ready to go. The only thing really left to do is right up here. 1014 is actually now 1013. We'll have the LS on because if we have to come back, we'll have it on. And our initial climb, no instructions, so guess what? Let's head to flight level 370. Okay, 3 green, geared down. Everything's set, ready to go. The only thing not set is right here, F plan. Perfect. Okay, switches are at 12 o'clock and fuel's down, and we're going to go ahead and lock the cockpit. Here we go. I think I saw someone might be on final for 27. Oh, they're way out there, so it'll take a little bit. All right. Last thing we need to do is come over here, ground services, auto. Oh. All right, we are ready and raring to go. Here we go. By the way, for those interested, tomorrow morning, roughly 8 o'clock in the morning Central Time, we are going to attempt a challenge a little bit. We are going to head from Fort Worth to Burbank, California in the 757 for FedEx. So currently today there are no UPS or FedEx flights in. In there, I thought got Airbuses or they were there at one time, but not anymore. It's all down at LAX or Ontario. But we're going in the 757 tomorrow. So yes, Hawker, the 757. So, but it is a challenge. Burbank has short runways. I think they're 7,000 feet long. I'd have to recheck the charts. But anyway, So there's where the challenge lies. Especially 757 shouldn't be, but yeah, you never know. So we're going to have fun. Most challenging aircraft ever made for flight simming, the 747-200. I don't even want to even think about trying to land that aircraft there. I wouldn't even be able to come off the runway. All right, let's go. Let's get the beacon on. And if you didn't hear Hawker, again, thanks for the dono. We sure appreciate it. Actually, I don't know. Well, I was talking with the wife. We got a couple of issues going on here, one with the garage door and something else. And I was getting filled in on the other issue, the garage door. It'll be what it is. Beacons on. We'll go up here, disconnect from external power. Okay, seatbelts on. And I think we are ready to go. Pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Don't leave it that wide open for us. Ooh.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Yeah, it's already here. By the way, this is better pushback.
Some doors are still opened or the GPU or the ASU are still connected. I'm waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
My bad.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Get rid of the trucks while they're coming in. That's the most complex flight simming ever made. Yeah, did I miss something else before that? Nope. Yeah, the 747-200. Not only is it a complex aircraft, it'd be a complex airport to bring that thing into. A Challenger.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Here we go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Oh, yeah, most definitely it could. Most definitely the Challenger 650 could. Heck, Airbuses and 737s go in there. We're going to try and take a 757 in there. Matter of fact, I think A300s used to go in there. All right. Bleeds, let me just get up here. Okay, we got a light off. Unfortunately, they're not the greatest of sounds. I know there's a couple sound. The only problem with the sound packs for this guy is my fear they're only for one engine type, not both. And that's why I don't run with them on this one. Okay, we're available on number 2. Well,
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment. And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
okay, after start checks. All right, parking brake set, double check, and it is. Make sure all the fuel pumps are indeed on. Fuel section is right here. All of them are on. Airbus, the buttons are mostly dark, unless you have items like these two. Otherwise, they are dark. So everyone, all the other aircraft, you might get a little confused, but it's a dark switch cockpit. Pushback clearance done. Oh wait, we're engine bleed normal. Okay. And we'll turn that off. Okay, max for that. We're set. Indies are on. Flaps and spoilers. And if you lost track, it's right here. Flaps 1 trim will be the next thing we set. Transponder set. Cockpit doors cockpit doors closed and locked. Okay, we are going to do a flight check. Controls. Okay, not gonna hit anything. All right, and let's set the trim to up 01. Okay, 01. Wait, up 0.1. Yep, up. And deselect. We're ready for taxi. All right, let's do it. I think we're facing the wrong way for some reason. Yep, we are. We'll go out and go around. see if the aircraft passed its test. It did. All right, let's do it. All right, a little piece of aviation news for those that live around here, where I live here in St. Louis. The spotted the air refueling drone. Hang on, let me turn that down. The Boeing has been working on this. The air refueling drone was flying around, I believe accompanied with a Falcon. Flying off its wing. So if you're following Boeing news, yeah, they're proceeding still with that Navy's carrier-based refueling drone. Also, there's a major PGA professional golf tour here at one of the prestigious golf courses over in St. Louis. That, and I believe this is the weekend the NASCAR comes into town. That one I'm not 100% sure on. But I thought this was the same weekend as a couple of other things. And the event that I plan to attend tomorrow that I've decided not to because of expenses. And I'm hoping this isn't where it's going to be from now on. It'll kind of disappoint me. But anyway, yeah, I won't be attending it, so I'm not going to give it any publicity or anything. So, but there's a lot to do this weekend here in St. Louis. It's, for some, the last weekend kid-wise before school starts up, and for many in the region and probably throughout the country, they're back to school. Get those whippersnappers back in those school desks. It's where they belong. Just kidding, kids. Not really. Oh, did I say that out loud? By the way, Hawker 125 has been moderating and being gracious enough with a dono. You know, I need to be gracious enough and call him out. Hawker 125 you can catch most of the time here of late playing music, drums, and what have you. On occasion, as you can hear in the background, you can hear an aircraft flying in his computer. But anyway, we thank you. Thank you for 62 months with us, resub, dono, and got a great project he's working on. Not going to say anything about it. It's a great project he's been doing. interesting to see how it plays out. Also, you can check up on his progress with the Hawker 125 in the garage that he someday between now and then will bring to life in the flight sim world. So time will definitely tell on that. All right, guess what? We finally got to where we can do the back taxi. So, you know what? Before we do, let's get the aircraft ready to go. Final takeoff checks. Okay, terrain on. And as we go into position, we'll get the radar on. Niamey traffic, what is our call sign? It's a different one. Oh, Springbok 132, departing runway 27. I had to think for a second because it's a unique one. Okay, weather radar on. My goodness, we finally got to the end of the runway. So light them up. Okay, airspeed's alive. There's 80. 100. Rolling, rolling, rolling. V1. Rotate. Be careful with your rotate. You do not want to over-rotate this. You will tail strike it. Hey, Desktop Pilot Society with a raid of 3 people. Welcome in, Raiders. Flying with Mike here, just getting off the ground in Niamey, Africa. Niger, Africa. And for those just tuning in, as Raiders about, hey, I've been in the flight simming world for better part of 26 years. Flew most of the Microsoft products up until this new ones. The two new ones that came out have not flown either, and prefer to stay with X-Planes. So welcome aboard. Okay, we're just now getting up to all right, let's bring the slats up. Go standard. And away we go. Let's clean up the plane, which isn't much. Flaps up, spoilers up, gears up, away we go. So, desktop pilot, how was your flight? Or how was your stream, I should say? For all I know, you may have streamed something else. Like the bridge actually working behind you. Just some fun. All right, we are turning on course. Flying to Cali, huh? Not close there, Hawker. We're headed to Lagos, Nigeria. And as I made mention earlier, the area of Africa we're at, this is where the Hurricane Center here in the U.S. Really is beginning to look in this region for how the storms are going to be coming out into the Atlantic, and which storms show potential to become hurricanes or tropical systems. And this is where they begin their eye is everywhere, but they begin focusing here because the majority of the late August, September, and into October start off the coast of Africa. So that means they come off Africa and then begin to blossom. So now the Hurricane Hunter aircraft will not even go look into them until, one, they become a threat to islands out in the far eastern Caribbean. And Barbados, they'll set up at and fly out about, 1,500 miles, I think, for intercepts to start narrowing down the forecasts. While they're in open waters, there's really no need for them to be even trying to fly in them. So, till they get a lot closer to those Caribbean islands. Okay, we're through transition. Landing lights are off. Oh, no, they're not. Let's go ahead, kill the lights. Sit back, relax. We're on our way. I'm going to put the Elevatech overlay up there if I can find it. Where'd it go? There it is. And you all can see just how far it is to Lagos as we fly over Nigeria. And again, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, I'm hoping to get the stream up and going. Little bit of a challenge tomorrow on the flight. We'll see how it pans out. We're flying for FedEx Express Virtual, and we're going to fly the 757-200 out of Fort Worth, Texas for Burbank, California. So currently they used to have cargo aircraft in there. I'm curious if they have any of the Amazon, because there is an Amazon warehouse pretty close to airport property. And just curious, they may not. Yeah, they no longer have cargo aircraft. So be ready to fly if you want to fly. If you just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream on a Saturday, hey, we'd love to have you there for that too. So tomorrow morning, 22nd of August, 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. For those of you that have no clue what Central Daylight Time is, that is, I believe, 1300 Zulu, if I did the math right. So, hope to see you tomorrow. Get some music up here and going. Not much to see out the window, but jungle and savanna. Can't even see the giraffes and elephants down there. I will be right back. Need to get something to drink. All right, I'm back with you here. Looks like we're in the clouds. Wow. I thought we were clear and visibility okay all the way. All right, we're still climbing through 28,000. Headed for 370. Started wondering if we're set to the time of dusk instead of the morning. Oh, this cloud's kind of curious. I do want to send out, if you are new to watching us here at Flying with Mike, we'd sure like to get to know you. We'd love for you to hit that follow button. It's free. It just offers you notice of when we go live. A lot of times we'll sometimes just pop on just because of the way during the week it is. Those of you first timers or never subscribed to Flying with Mike, if you like what you see, we'd sure love for you to follow us by subscribing. Now, subscribing and following. In Twitch, they mean something different than YouTube. Go figure. YouTube subscribing is free. It's just like Twitch's follow, except you'll be notified when we release a video. Twitch subscribing does cost, so I don't push that. That's, you know, that's something you have to decide. If you like and you want to support us, we'll take it. We would love it. It helps keep the lights on here and helps the aircraft get some fuel so they can do some flying. If you follow us, that's free. So, but we love it either way, and just want to say thank you ahead of time for those that do. We're still quite a ways off the mark for YouTube to monetize us. So, and I'm not worried about it. I come on here. Yes, I want to, you know, potentially maybe make this, you know, add on money for our family, for fueling the aircraft, for keeping lights on. But I actually just come on and enjoy talking with y'all, learning, showing you a couple new things, you know, you may or may not have known. Or it might have just went, oh, I forgot I can do that. So I just want to say thank you for being here. And again, if you like what you see, call your friends, have them come on. Love to have them watch. Got any constructive comments? Love to hear you. Our Discord channel is available all the time. And I know you hear this a lot, especially out of YouTube streamers. Yeah, I try to answer all the video or all the questions and comments that come in. I actually do. Not because there isn't that much coming in. No, I actually do find hoping, you know, answering and welcoming people in and all of that. I enjoy that. And while I can't do it immediately, as soon as I see it, I let you know. Oh, sorry about that. Couldn't get to the mute button quick enough. Sorry for coughing in your ears. Yep, welcome to the world of sinus problems. Oh. All right, well, we just hit cruise. So let's turn the seatbelt. First off, we'll get the wing lights off, seatbelts off. They can do what they do in the back so well. Give you a little look at the ToLiss interior. I think that's what South Africa does for its interiors. That is something right there we did not have in FSX Sims prior to it, without a lot of resources. You know, it's just nice to see default aircraft looking like this. Not default, correction, strike that, reverse. Aircraft in general now, with the simulators having that interior come with them, and that the developers go that extra mile and do that little research to make it look like the real airline. Looks like we're cruising right on top of the clouds. Actually, what you don't realize is we're reenacting the Pensacola Beach flyover. That's the sea below us. Yeah, and we're at 37,000 feet, so I don't. Anyway. So, how's your week been? And I hope you're relaxing, enjoying the weekend. I know many of you work weekend shifts and take days off during the week. So, God bless you for that. I'm hoping to settle more down than I've been able to. Unfortunately, I don't see it anywhere in the near future, but for both of me and my wife to just kind of settle down just a little. All right, speaking of settling down, hey, why don't we do this? I'm going to kind of kick back, relax. I'm going to enjoy the flight. I hope you all do too. Looks like, hang on. I'm seeing 32 minutes here on Elevatech. But when I go to VATSIM radar. Oh, online time. Okay, my bad. Misread. 33 hours? No, 33 minutes. Let me bring that up so y'all can get a good laugh at me. See, 32 hours. You know, that really should probably say M instead of H, where my cursor is right there. It's a little ambiguous. Thankfully, I know, what it should be. Tell you, in the real world weather, that's a little nasty where we're about to fly into. So we'll kind of pay attention and see how this works with the 4.3. We're all still waiting for 4.0. And just got word through X-Plane today that believe it or not, and I have to say this, it's kind of an interesting post they did. A lot of people didn't like the way they put the power lines near the airports. They're now going to switch and give the developers, I think that's how this is going to be, utility poles to put in. It'll be interesting to see. I think that's how it's going to be. Also, another piece of flight sim news coming out, the beta flight, or a Boeing 777 version 2 beta is now available. Check it out if you're into that plane. I would love to go after it. Right now, with funds the way they are, not the smartest thing to do. So we'll pass on that for now. But yeah, if you're into that, oh, I lost it. Here it is. The Boeing 777 version 2 from Flight Factor Beta. Check it out. It should be in your Skunkcraft update if you're set for betas. And a lot of things got looked at, from the EFBs Support for remoting the EFBs and EFFs, window loops, Pratt & Whitney external howling sounds, and you can go through it there at Flight Factor. So, a lot of stuff. But like I said, we are waiting with bated breath for the upcoming 4.0 or 4.4 update. We have seen utility poles. The snow is coming. Not only to a sim nearby, but in the northern hemispheres to your backyard nearby, along with Christmas. What else have we seen? So just a whole bunch of stuff. Weather, again, with snow is obviously weather, so look for that, and mostly default, and I plan to check that out here. So somehow, some way. Also, by the way, another update that Flight Factor put out, or wait a minute, this may not have been. Oh, they're going to add for static aircraft in 4.4, the A350-900 and -1000s, not flyable. Yes, that's a bummer. And I must say, looking through here, Zebo has been a while for an update, so. But it was great to see Level Up come out. Reached some people in the other sims to start looking, along with the map update, map enhancements. So, no, we're not flying with it. So, we fly in too many places, so it's, for me, gonna be kind of hard unless it's a worldwide thing. But anyway, let's get back into the flight, shall we? All right, we're 74 miles out. All right, so let's go next phase and next phase. And, you know, the METAR is going to be a tough one. All right, we'll just go here. 210. Diagonal, what are we? 3. Temperature there at Lagos 25. And it's 1016. Now, the one variable that is not going to change, decision height. We're C aircraft 358 MSL 220 decision. We'll go 358. Okay. All right, so we're set up there. What I'm going to do here, update our winds. Okay, we're ready to go. All right, real quick. Bring in charts here real quick. Take a look at this approach. Okay, you can see the ATIS. The airport is 138 feet above sea level and transition level 5,000 feet. We're coming in off Budsey. I've got no altitude restrictions except EDCOV at 200 knots above 2,810 feet. Wow. Then we'll proceed direct, Lagos direct. All right. ILS approach. I know a lot of you out there love when I bring these in. Glad to be of service. Again, your frequencies across the top here on the briefing strip. There's our localizer. That, by the way, should show up here, and it appears the frequency has, and it should eventually tell us ILA before we start seeing the localizer indication here, glide slope here. Okay, so anyway, it's 110.3. 181 is the final approach course. We're going to plan over the VOR 2,162 feet. That is Lagos VOR. And we'll get to the minimums in a second. Missed approach will take us out to the VOR and into a hold. All right, so like I said, we'll come in from EDVU to the VOR to the ILS. Okay, down here are our minimums. If we do not have a HUD or an autopilot, which, by the way, Auto has done a phenomenal job to this point, or a flight director, we have that too. Then our minimum ceiling is 750 meters. Currently it's 550, I'm sorry, our visibility requirement, 750 meters, 550 meters with one of those. Also, we gotta have cloud heights above 220 feet. Unfortunately, METARs do not report cloud heights, broken or overcast, or any cloud, that is, except in hundreds. So we'd have to go with 300. Or we should. And then once on the ground, okay, so we'll come in, we'll come off probably B3, B4, taxi Fox into one of these places. I don't know yet where. So, all right, there's your arrival brief. And we are now .27 miles. Oh, and there's our hockey stick for descent. By the way, that information on that approach page on the McDo, you can update that. So, and as you realize, METARs will update, especially when bad weather is in play. They want you with the latest, greatest information, especially when it comes to braking action. So you know whether you can stop it or not. And get your aircraft performance correct. Okay, so here we go. By the way, that is real world. This is flight sim. So we may or may not go around if we need to. I'm just warning you ahead of time. All right, I am going to set $5,000 initially. Okay, descent checklist. Where are we? Descent. We've done our prep. Stars. Decision height, McDo performance, top of descent. All right, during the descent, we're gonna go constraints. Now, if we were going to do an RNAV into here, do not use the LS buttons. You can put her in constraints. That isn't gonna hurt anything. But the LS system would. So be careful with that. Also, trying to see if there's anything else right now. I think we're okay with our descent. Once we catch up, it'll start descending harder. So for now, enjoy. We are about 17 or so minutes out. All right, you can see now we are beginning to descend a little bit harder, 3,000 feet a minute. Headed down to 5,000 and our ILS onto runway 18 left. All right, we're passing through 24,000 feet, headed down to 5,000. Eventually, 2,300 feet. And again, tomorrow, if you're around and plan to watch some streams, hey, we plan to fire up at 8 a.m. U.S. Central Daylight Time. Since you all don't know that time, most likely look for us around 13 Zulu. We're going to be flying a FedEx Express Virtual 757 from Fort Worth, Texas to Burbank, California. Hope to see ya. lot of layers to the clouds here as we descend for 5,000. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we made shift D pizzas tonight. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the music here as we're coming through 18,000 feet. Remember, transition is at 5,000, so we'll set the altimeter settings at that time. We still got a ways to go, and hopefully enough descent here to get us where we need to be. I'm just looking for any signs. Okay. All right. Remember how I told you. See how it does have ILA 110 decimal 30? Now, we can actually check that. All we got to do is come over here, click that first, go to RadNav, and there's our course 180. We can verify on the chart. Slope, and there's our landing system, ILA 110.30. All right, looks like we need spid brakes. All right, we're down under 250 or thereabouts. All right, let's turn some lights on. All right, let me go back, and we did not compute. Okay, so we're gonna come in at 138. Okay. All right, we are beginning to set up for the ILS. Okay, seatbelts, cockpit door, everything's set. Speed brake needs to be lowered. Okay, here we go. Localizer armed. Okay, medium brakes. Okay, glide slopes alive. Right, we're full approach. Okay, we're on the localizer. Okay, time to slow this beastie up. Okay, we are 13 miles out. And Lagos traffic, Springbok 132, 13-mile final, 18 left. Okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, no runway yet in sight. Okay, we're 9 miles out. Let's go ahead, slow down. Okay, there's flaps 3. Spoilers armed. Flaps 4. Flaps full. Still looking for a runway.
2000.
I think I see it right about here. Then again, I may be wrong. I think that's where it is. Again, missed approach, right climbing turn, back to Lagos VOR. Okay. Lagos area traffic, Springbok 132, 3-mile final for 18 left, runway and sight, gear down. Okay, cleared to land, stable landing.
Hundred above. 300. Minimum 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
And Lagos area traffic, Springbok 132 off 18 left to the terminal. Hey, we made Bravo 3. Okay, let's kind of figure us a parking spot. Let's come down F4. All right, we're in the blocks. Welcome to Lagos. All right, and bleed air on. Okay, we are, hang on a second. Let's get number 2 shut down. All right, welcome to Lagos. All right, let's get that cleared. All right, we'll go ahead and get rid of Elevatech here. I'm going to check with the airline. How about 195 feet a minute with that bird? Not bad. All right, that's what MACAIR has us at. All right, let's find out what Elevatech found us at. Shouldn't be much different, but you never know. All right, so again, here's our routing. Okay. 230 feet a minute at 136 knots, 1.3 Gs. That's not bad. Okay, this is the domestic terminal. Looks to be about 2,500 feet down the runway on the center line, 230 feet a minute. And no complaints here, folks. Gives you an idea where we parked. And yeah, what a beautiful flight. Glad y'all could make it. Again, real quick, some housekeeping chores here. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central U.S. time, 1300 for the rest of you Zulu. Check us out. We'll be streaming. We're planning to stream the Flight Factor 757 freighter to Burbank out of Fort Worth. Love to have you along. We'll have some fun along the way, and I really do hope you get to see us. Also, like everyone, we're still waiting for 4.4 to release for X-Plane 12. I hope you enjoy. It should be a fantastic flight, and that's about all I can say right now, other than that Burbank is a little bit of a challenging airport with the 77,000, something like that, feet of runway. So for a 757, you know, should be able to, but you know, with me, you never know. And again, a shout out to Desktop Pilot Society with the rate of 3 today. Thank you, party of 3. Welcome aboard. Hawker 125 not only resubscribed today at Tier 1, but has been a member of Flying with Mike since 62 months ago. And add to it $25 thrown in as a dono. Sure appreciate it. So for now, we're going to scoot on along so we can grab some shut-eye for tomorrow. Again, thank you for tuning in. And I really do hope you have a fantastic weekend. And one last time, let's just take a look at that verse of the day. We got some new people that may have popped in. So, you know, Proverbs is always a good book of the Bible to read. There's actually 30 chapters in the book of Proverbs that Solomon wrote. All of them. What a way to live. You know, you find out God's will. If you're looking for what God's will is, that's a book for you. Proverbs in the Bible. There's many theologians that say, you know, reading Proverbs one chapter a day for an entire month and then repeat it and repeat it really does help set your mind toward God. So many things on taming your tongue. You know, I know a lot of it was just words. Well, when you get it repetitively put at you, it starts to sink in and meld within your soul and then add to it with what the Holy Spirit is doing inside. What a way to begin to be more positive. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your understanding. Hey, Captain, you big time need to listen to that. Lean not on your understanding, own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Hope you have, like I said, a fantastic weekend. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, here on Flying with Mike. See you then.